Recent cases like the death of Sam Dubose and the Texas traffic stop that preceded an inmate hanging herself has many asking, what are the do's and don'ts of traffic stops? If you're pulled over, 9 on your side tonight with advice for drivers and for what officers are legally allowed to do when they do pull you over. Tanya O'Rourke got the scoop straight from experienced attorneys.
This is the dash cam video showing the traffic stop of Sandra Bland in Texas. And this is the aftermath of Sam Dubose's traffic stop and subsequent shooting death. While many questions are swirling here and around the country, local civil rights lawyers Tom Pugh and Christopher Roach explain the rights of police and drivers during a traffic stop.
On the whole, when you're stopped, the police officer can only ask questions of whatever crime he believes you have committed. Broken taillight, speeding, what have you. Do you know how fast you were going? No, officer, I don't. You really don't have to tell him where you're going or where you're coming from.
If an officer pulls you over, you of course need to roll down the window, but you might want to also keep your hands on the steering wheel. And if it's dark outside, do yourself and the officer a favor and turn on the dome light. Current case law says that an officer has to stick to the pretext for which he pulls you over. So, for example, if he says you have a broken taillight, that's what he has to investigate, not anything else, unless he has reason to suspect something else. For example, if he happens to see an open container in your car. If you are ordered out of the vehicle, civil rights attorneys say it's in your best interest to do that. Now, if you feel like your civil rights are being violated, they say document that and then file a complaint later.
It sounds like one of those things where you're sort of saying that you're giving up your right to be vocal about these issues, but if you make a situation more tense than it has to be, in a lot of situations, that actually elevates the amount of force that a police officer is able to use.
Tanya O'Rourke reporting, and when it comes to use of force, the law largely protects an officer, even when he or she uses more force than might otherwise have been necessary for the situation. And lastly, stay in your car unless asked to come out. The attorneys that we spoke to add officers are trained to expect the worst.